they get. It's not the gender that you have. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you so much. Judges, please note that the students who have faced any internet connectivity issue will be taken at the last. So please check your internet once again.
Moving on to the next team, that is TP27. We have the participants speaking for the motion.
A very good morning, members of the House. Am I clearly visible and audible?
Yes, you may proceed.
Thank you. Sir Moderator, I'll be beginning my speech in 3, 2, 1. We've begun to raise daughters more like sons, but very few have the courage to raise sons more like their daughters. A very good morning to the respected members of the jury and my most formidable opponents. The topic under fire today reads, women have always been the oppressed and suppressed section of the society. And I, School Code TP27, representing side proposition, stand firmly for the motion. There are people who believe that we do not need feminism today, but nothing could be further from the truth. Women have struggled for equality and against oppression for centuries. And although some battles have been partly won, such as the right to vote and equal access to education, women are still disproportionately affected by all forms of violence and by discrimination in every aspect of life. They form the majority of those living in poverty, have fewer resources, less power and influence compared to men, and experience further inequality. On average, women are paid 24% less than men for comparable work across all regions and sectors. Nearly 2/3 of the world's 781 million illiterate adults are women. Worldwide, 1 in every 3 women, yes, ladies and gentlemen, 1 in every 3 women have experienced physical or sexual violence at some point in their lifetime. We've seen the difference that equal job opportunities, education, decision-making power, and freedom from violence can make. And when women and girls are able to make their life choices and exercise their collective voice. Finally, I would like to conclude by saying, you will often feel as if you don't fit in, but it has never been your destiny to fit in. You were born to stand out. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case, but not my stance. Thank you.
That was an admirable performance. Judges, please note that the participant has taken 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Participants who wish to refute are requested to put their... So we have TP44 for the question.
Hello, you said that women earn less than men. So my question is, why would corporate employ men in that case? Corporate needs its profit, right? So why won't the corporate just employ women and not employ men and make their profit the most?
Sir Speaker, thank you for the question. You in fact gave me yet another opportunity to already prove that this motion has already fall flat on its face. Sir, I will like to answer the question by asking you a question itself. Do you believe in equal pay for equal work? And if yes, then why on average women are paid 24% less than men in equal comparable work? And if no, then ladies and gentlemen, I've already proved my point. Thank you.
Moving on, we have the participants speaking against the motion for TP27. You may proceed.
Good morning, gentlemen and ladies, honorable judges. I, from School Code TP27, would like to express my views in opposition of the motion. Women have always been the oppressed and suppressed section of the society. Where the women are worshipped, there the gods reside. It is a matter of great regret to see that the country which spread this message across the globe, its own people categorize the women of that very country as oppressed. Men and women are complementary to each other and run the society together. Even in that sense, women are still superior to men since the entire society is dependent upon them for the task of parturition. Back in the old days, during the Vedic period, intelligent women like Gargi, Maitri, and Apra were solely responsible for the composition of several scriptures. Today's women have made a difference in every field one could possibly imagine, from music to literature to sports. And do I even need to mention the names of the courageous ladies of our own country who contended with much honor at the Olympics? Dr. June Almeida, who first discovered the coronavirus in 1964. Kalpana Chawla was an American astronaut of Indian origin who was the first woman to go to space. All these women have achieved the zenith of success in their profession without one's need for sympathy. Gentlemen and ladies, in any civilized society, oppression of any sort toward any person, irrespective of their gender, is unjustified. But the mention of only women in this context is also not right. Obstacles are faced by all of us alike. The continuous use of words like oppression creates a false sense of inferiority in the minds of women. The debate on the contention between men and women is nothing more than a delusional trap in whose noise the voices of works of betterment and actual responsibility are left unheard. Gentlemen and ladies, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Men and women weren't meant to compete with each other, but rather complement each other. With this, I rest my argument, but not my stance.
That was a really nice performance. Judges, please note the participant has taken 1 minute and 51 seconds. Participants who wish to refute are requested to put their school codes in the chat box.
Anyone who would like to refute? We would like to mention that the participant who has asked the question before will not be given a chance. We would like 41 to ask a question.
In the due course of your speech, you did mention few women who have progressed and successfully overcome marginalization and sexism. But then there are more women other than Kalpana Chawla, Sunita Williams, etc., etc. What is your stance for that? I mean, just because few women have progressed and reached a zenith, you cannot say that women aren't oppressed or suppressed, or women are getting their due just because few women have got their due. This world is not made up of 5 women, it's made up of a million more. I hope you understand that.
And the names of the 5 women that I mentioned, are epitome of inspiration for all of us. What I was trying to convey is that women, the word oppression creates a false sense of inferiority. What if Kalpana Chawla from the beginning had thought, I am oppressed? Since the entirety of the society is telling me that majority of women are oppressed, I cannot succeed. What if that had been the case?
You did not. My question was just because